As this date, March 15th, 2026, OPP are guilty of first degree premeditated homicide and attempted homicide with and for their gang stalkers and doctors in Napanee. Other cops also are guilty of first degree premeditated conspired murder and attempted murder, torture crimes with intent for revenge, retaliation. Ex-Chief or Commander, year 2019, 7 years torture, 7 years slave traffic, 7 years of mutilations, kidnapping, sex assaults, false arrest, arrest refusals, blood and piss forcing, kidnapping, sex assault. I said that. Putting illegal prisoner tracking onto me, no criminal record or history. I spoke police crimes and I became a target. Ex-Chief or Commander drove a white Jeep Wrangler, year 2019. He and a black truck, who is now involved in crimes against me, are guilty of attempted murder and murder, first degree, my mother, and attempted homicide against me. Staff Sergeants, years 2019-2021. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Christine Schultz, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Hafner, Spencer Mills 14716, Robert Kane 7224, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, file falsifying for treatment refusals, discrimination, and blacklisting, assuring I get no help with the crimes against me. Gang stalkers, accomplices who cannot be arrested without $22,000, who are guilty of homicides and attempted homicides for and with the police. A guy known as Bill Wooldridge. He has many alias names: Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Maven, and Robert Cross. Bald glasses, or was bald glasses, sometimes a goatee, may have longer hair now again. Approximately 60 to 65 years old, he was stalking children for the ex-OPP chief or commander, the one that had me shot. He was stalking them daily at Tim Hortons for sex slavery trafficking. Rob Barry, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Bert Hustler as well, Hartwicks, and others are also involved now, including police, confinements, torture, stalking, drugging, crack and meth, constant carbon poisoning, confined tortures, death threats to me, death threats to my nephew, grave destroying and corpse grave digging and corpse destroying threats, gag orders to prevent location to prevent help against me from what is happening. I am being completely and totally physically changed. Serious brain injuries, serious skull split. Medical rights, legal rights, human rights have been taken from me. This is the end of it. I have absolutely no feeling in my fucking head. Human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, torture crimes, MK Ultra lobotomies, R&M invasive surveillance, giving victims cancers as well through it because it gives off EMFs and radiations, caving in skulls and brains like it did to my mother and my dog. I now have tubes in my head. I have what feels like mesh wiring over my skull. now. Since August of 2025, there is 4 other cops who are accessories and accomplices to the torture crimes against me after putting me under gag orders and guilty of first degree intended homicide with intent to commit and have it covered up. Also a hate crime and revenge. Also for ODSP fraud as well against me through certain other people. You may block this out. Damage is done, time bought, and regardless of what you do to me now, I am having everybody charged for this. This is finished against me. And for those who think that they're going to get away with it, I don't think so. I will come up with the money somehow to pay police to get you arrested, and they themselves have and will face charges as well. I'm not going to be a tortured hostage, confined, stalked 24/7. There is even store people who are involved as well and who are guilty of torture crimes against me, gassing me through carbon exhaust, poisoning, tubes in my lungs, tubes in my throat, tubes in the back of my head. Has been done to me, and not through a damn hospital either. I have holes in the back of my skull. You pieces of shit garbage, knowing that I cannot go to a hospital. If I try to get help, I'm going to end up homeless or arrested and charged. Those are the threats that were also done. This is how they do it. They entrap, they gag order, confine, and then stalk, criminal harass, stalking, 24/7. Has been taking place for 7 years. It's been going on. I'm 53 years old, and because of the R&M on me, or who I'm being broadcasted through, whatever the hell's going on, every time I do a bong, there seems to be an awful lot of vehicles go by just as I'm getting ready to do it. Instantly, just like clockwork, and it's no coincidence either. It's always the same vehicles every single time, consistently. So you're all using R&M on me or whatever the hell you're doing, but it's pretty weird that as soon as I go to pick it up and do a bong or something, I start getting gassed, just like it's happening right now. Tyler Lake, Brandon Berry, Jason Van Alstyne, Bert Hustler, Raymond LeBlanc, the Moros too. You're also guilty of this as well. Anything more happens to me, each and every person named are guilty of first degree murder times two, including the stalking, torturing, and causing the death of my mother, made to look age and health related. She was also shot as well in 2019 with the same thing I was, by the very same person that I was, that's now guilty of causing her death and being involved through it, with Blair Hardy and the one known as Bob Cross. He used to live in Picton as well, and now he's outside of Deseronto. They're all in a bunch of vehicles following me everywhere I go for 7 years of this. There's other police too and their family involved as well, about revenge and for fraud. When people disappear, You can definitely count on the police being involved, especially around Napanee and areas. Completely physically fucking change my identity while keeping me confined pretty much and doing everything to screw my brain. I now have metal shards inside my mouth as well. It feels like I have plastic inside my face. Like, how the hell did that get there? But it's definitely there. I wish I could go to a hospital and get some kind of MRI to prove this shit and all the other internal damages that you've done to me. Instead of trying to make me look crazy or whatever you're trying to do, I'm more than willing to go to a hospital to get proof. It's just I can't do it. This is finished, but it's not done. Whether you block this out or not to watch, I know you're rebroadcasting my stuff. I know you are stealing my pictures and my videos as well and using them as your own. I am very well aware of that. On my Instagram, my TikTok, and everything else, you're using my name, my images for your frauds that are taking place. You're blocking out these videos, of course, to prevent publicly getting out of the crimes that you are guilty of, capital murder at that, while making me pretty much a hostage to you lowlives. While you're using R&M and you're on your crack and meth, and you're watching me 24/7, sleeping, pissing, shitting, everything I do. You are very sad, low life garbage.